Hey everybody, what's going on? We are gaming it out, and today I'm going to tell you about 5 great games on Steam for $10 or less. I've actually played all these games on the channel, whether it's a series or a single episode, so if you want to see some gameplay, keep an eye in the top right corner of the screen as I'm talking about each game, and I will card to the appropriate video or series. So let's go ahead and get into it. Phoenix Hope is the first game we're talking about today, and it's a really interesting take on the city building genre. With the ability to build being limited to 2 dimensions, as well as being confined to a bubble of safety that slowly grows as you progress, you have to be very careful about the decisions you make from the very beginning. Don't let the peaceful feel and art style of the game trick you into thinking that this is a relaxing game either. Phoenix Hope is very unforgiving, and if things start to go south, which they very quickly and easily can, it's almost certainly the beginning of the end, as it's very difficult to recover and rebuild before night falls and the demons swarm your base again. If you're looking for a good challenge and something a little different than your typical city builder, I highly recommend that you check out Phoenix Hope. If you're looking for a much different change in pace, you could give a look to our second game on the list today, which is Townscaper. It is among the more relaxing games I think I've ever played in my life. It is a city builder, minus the stress of things like resource gathering and management, enemies to defend against, citizens to keep alive and happy, etc. All of those things that make city building games challenging and stressful, this game does not have. Everything about the game is peacefully therapeutic, down to the sound that placing or removing a new building makes. Feeling to know there are no consequences to misplacing a building or deciding you want to make changes, as every change you want to make can be made with the click of your mouse. If you're looking for a game to wind down where your only limit is your imagination, Townscaper is definitely worth a buy. I'd also recommend keeping an eye on it, as sometimes it goes on sale for $2.99, which is a good sale. I think we all love a good zombie game, but I think we also have to agree that it's become a genre where too many developers seem to be doing too many of the same things, or they're just going overboard with it altogether. 10 Miles to Safety feels like such a fresh take on a zombie survival game with a gameplay style that felt very new to me for the genre, while also maintaining all of the familiar elements we've come to expect from a good zombie survival game. The graphics offer an interesting mix of being cute enough to look fun for everyone, but gruesome enough to feel the intensity of the situation. Your goal is to travel from the hospital your character wakes up in to a military base 10 miles away where you'll be safe. With a cast of different characters offering different perks and challenges of their own, and a map that procedurally generates as you go, preventing you from ever playing the same game twice, 10 Miles to Safety offers a ton of replayability and fun, unique, engaging gameplay, and it's multiplayer so you can team up with 3 of your friends and make the journey together. Domina touts itself as the finest gladiator management simulator in the world, and whether that's because it has everything it needs to truly be the best, or because there just aren't very many to compete with, it still seems to be true. I personally was not really sure what to expect going into this game, and was blown away by how much fun I had with it. I actually continued to play this one on my own personal time, which I don't have much of these days, so when a game is good enough to command some of that time, that says a lot about it. Build up your roster, pick your favorites, sacrifice or free your students as you choose, and prepare yourself for some really entertaining battles. The gameplay is engaging, the story is interesting enough, and there are elements of humor in the game that keep it pretty entertaining as you play along. If you're looking for something that's different than your typical gameplay experience, I would highly recommend checking out Domina. Kingdoms and Castles is one of my personal favorite city building games. With a lot of the core mechanics and familiarity that a seasoned city building gamer would expect, this game does a great job of peppering in enough different things to make it stand out as well. Don't be fooled by the graphics on this one. It is not as easy as it looks like it might be, although it does do a great job of easing you in if you're newer to the genre and you don't have as much experience and know what to expect. It starts you off fairly slowly and explains how the game works fairly well, and then the difficulty does ramp up as you go, and you can also adjust the difficulty if needed. So pretty much no matter what level you are, I think you're going to enjoy this game. Between expanding to other islands, befriending witches, fighting wolves, and defending your growing kingdom from Vikings, ogres, and dragons, this game should have something for everybody, so I highly recommend that you give this one a shot. And that's 5 games on Steam under $10 that I think are definitely worth giving a look. If you're interested in seeing any of the gameplay, I will link to the appropriate vids or playlists below. Or there's a couple of other videos on the screen right now you could check out if you wanted to see some different games. And let me know if you like this kind of stuff, if you want me to do more of this, and I'll do more videos like this in the future. And that's that. I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you got something out of it. And if you have any recommendations on games you would like to see on the channel, or other games that are cheap on Steam that you want to recommend to other viewers, drop them in the comments. I appreciate it. Have a good one, guys.